It's a crazy world, a hateful, terrible world full of love and light. You can choose which one you want to live in. It's hard to hear what's happening and not take it in. We can, together. Sometimes our minds are our greatest oppressor. Watch this video and find out why. Internalized oppression is a powerful lion. You can't run from it, you can't hide, you can't flee or fight. You gotta walk with this one, especially in this challenging time with all the hate and evil around us. We're talking about internalized oppression. I've divided this episode into 3 parts so we can really get into what it is, how it shows up, and how to overcome it. You can watch these 3 videos out of order, but make sure you watch all 3 to get a full immersive experience. This is part 3 of 3. How to overcome it! How to overcome internalized oppression. Let's go. I call them lions. Life challenges, unchanging circumstances. It's more than a metaphor. It's a way of life. Internalized oppression can be devastating, and in many cases can be happening in our subconscious, with us being completely unaware. Luckily, there are ways for us to manage these heinous experiences. Mindfulness practices and CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, are effective ways of tearing down these veils of illusion. And that's what they are. They're veils of illusion. Because although they have a huge impact on us, they're not as real as they sometimes feel. That doesn't mean they're not impactful, but they're manageable because they're just not rooted in much reality. It's happening in our heads. Embracing life with an open mind and optimism gives us power over our life. How can we overcome internalized oppression? This can be a challenge. When you hear these things over and over and over again, it is hard to unhear them. It's hard to unlearn them. It's hard to even reflect on yourself and ask yourself, have I adopted the stereotypes of my group? Have I adopted the negative beliefs about myself because of the group that I belong to? Am I living and breathing in this stereotype because of what I've been learned of what I'm supposed to be? When you think about your life, whatever group you belong to, and the stereotypes that may come along with that, have you internalized any of those things? And then, can I unlearn that? You can. You can unlearn that. You first have to, of course, identify and realize it, and then work and chip away at it slowly and carefully and methodically. And I recommend you do this with a professional help. Cognitive behavioral therapy is retraining your brain how to talk to itself. I am living proof that CBT works. I use it every single day. And I learned it from professionals that helped me through therapy. And I'm grateful to you. So grateful. Please like and subscribe. So let's unpack some ways to overcome internalized oppression. Awareness and education. Try to identify and recognize internalized biases and understand their origins to gain a new perspective. Seeing things in a new light can help drive away the darkness clouding your mind. Positive representation. Listen, read, and watch media and literature that empowers identities. There are several directors and musicians that celebrate their culture with pride, truth, and love. Expose yourself to people that don't look like you, don't think like you, don't believe what you believe, and it's really fun to do this through art, music, and dance. Challenge yourself to go see something you wouldn't normally see, and you'll be surprised what you learn about people that don't look like you and what you learn and love about yourself. Community support. Connect with others who share similar experiences to build solidarity. You are not the only person dealing with beliefs and thoughts that are self-harming. Opening up can introduce you to a new superpower, vulnerability, that I've spoken about many times on these videos. Self-reflection, as in reflection, optimism, authenticity, and resilience. That's ROAR. Reflection. You choose what you believe and think about yourself. Do not give this power to anyone else. This is something I do all the time. I hear the messages about how horrible people of color are, how lazy, how ugly, how unprofessional, how blah, 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 blah. And I reinforce myself with Black excellence, Black power. That was a whole movement back in the 70s. Black is beautiful, because we've been taught for 400 years how awful we were. When in fact, we are beautiful and powerful and magical and talented and innovative and creative. Our music, our art, our fashion, It goes on and on. So no matter what they tell you about people of color, please remind yourself of who we really are. And if you look around you, you're going to see it, whether you're a person of color or not. Advocacy and activism. Participate in opportunities to support causes fighting oppression. Getting involved can make you feel empowered and provide you a sense of belonging among others who understand and identify with what you feel. It is powerful to get involved with people who think and feel what you feel, who've been through what you've been through, to build solidarity, to build community so you understand that you are not alone. I also recommend expanding yourself to be with other groups, but absolutely, if you're feeling any of these things, get around people like yourself who think positively about themselves, who are doing positive things in the world, and submerge yourself in that culture. You will feel better immediately. And over time, you will think in a healthier way, you'll behave in a healthier way, and you will build your life accordingly. I have lived this. I know this. When I came to the Alvin Ailey School many, many years ago and I saw a building full of beautiful, talented Black people, it was absolutely life-changing. I was reminded day after day of the beauty and power of people of color. The world is better because we're in it. All of this purging and hatred for other groups is really despicable and unbelievable, when in fact, we all are part of the tapestry of planet Earth. We all belong here. We are what? One planet, one tribe, one world, one love. We are. You have to turn off that noise. That noise is created by people who want power and money, and they know that by turning us against one another puts them in charge, making us feel less about ourselves, making us feel afraid so we don't speak up and speak truth to power, makes them more powerful, when in fact they are weak. They are scared, and they see their day in the sun has come to an end, and they're going to fight for that last breath. Are you going to give it to them? Or are you going to stand up and say, it's our turn now? What's the movie?
It's our time now.
Okay, I'm getting totally crazy now, but you get my point. Get involved. Stand up for people that don't have what you have. You can do this in two ways. You can join groups that are fighting for what you're fighting for. You can join groups that are fighting for someone else. We should be helping each other in every way that we can right now. We need each other. Unity, community is power. We're going to turn this around together. We're not going to turn this around fighting each other and othering. That is not going to work. It has never worked. It just makes people who are greedy, who want power, more powerful and more greedy. Going back to the dehumanization of immigrants, I hurt for people that have come across the border and are here trying to live a dream, whether they came legally or illegally. I hurt for people that are being branded as criminals. And I really hurt for people that are taking this in unconsciously and believing this. Challenge yourself. You have to say, no, every immigrant is not a criminal. Every man is not a misogynistic dog. Every woman is not XYZ. Every Asian, every this, every that. They're not. People say these things because they're trying to turn us against one another. So we have to be purposeful in challenging the things that we hear, or we will find ourselves oppressing ourselves. It's impossible not to, because at some point, we all belong to a group of some kind that is being oppressed. Even those in power think they're being oppressed, which is so maddening, and that may be their perspective. I have to challenge myself to not believe the things that I believe. Okay, I'm obviously very passionate about this because my life has unfolded as a direct result of oppression and internalized oppression. I'm tired of talking about it, and I'm tired of living by it. And I hope that this video has helped you take a chance to reflect on your life and see where you might have found places where you've been oppressed or felt oppressed, or have actually done some self-internalized oppression because of what you've heard about whatever group you belong to. We all belong to some kind of group, and we have all been oppressed by someone or something at some point in our lives. And this is why I don't understand sometimes why we keep doing it to others. So as we hear the negative things about ourselves and others, purposely go through your life and challenge them. We know that what one person is doing is not what everyone else in their group is doing, even when they are telling you that is what is happening. Challenge yourself. We are not going to get very far othering each other, saying that this group is that way and that group is that way and they're bad and I'm good and blah, blah, blah. That is not going to work. It has never worked. It only works when we start to learn about each other, widen our lenses, and think about others that don't have what we have, don't believe what we believe, don't look like we do, don't think how we do, don't speak how we do. Challenge yourself. It is the way forward, and has never been as easy as it has before because of how our technology is. We can talk to someone on the other side of the planet instantaneously. There is no reason why we are not exposing ourselves to more cultures than each other to understand that we are what? One planet, one tribe, one world, one love. That's what we are. We are one people, full of love and light and possibility. I believe this, and I want to believe that you believe this too. It's not enough that my life is fulfilled, that I'm okay, that I can eat, that I can have my dreams come true. I want your dreams to come true too, and I hope you want the same thing for me and for everyone around you. Challenge yourself to think and believe and feel that way, and the world will be better. It will be, and we'll get through this. Remember that people in power want to pit us against each other so that we are busy destroying ourselves while they are taking our money. That's what they're trying to do. They want our money, as if they needed more. So open your eyes, open your ears, be aware, and open your heart, and make sure that love and light is shining out of you so that we all have a chance of the beauty and power of this planet. It belongs to all of us. Despite the borders drawn by those in power, we know that ultimately, no matter what language you speak, no matter what you look like, feel like, believe, or who you are, we want love. Love of each other. Love, respect, fulfillment. Right? Am I crazy? Am I wrong about that? I don't think so. That's why I'm doing these videos, because I believe that you want the same thing. And if you're watching, I believe you do. And I thank you for that. Okay, so we've spoken about self-healing in episode 1. We spoke about knowing when to let go in episode 2. We spoke about fake love in episode 3, that we want to know when to let go by clearing the toxicity and negativity from our lives. We've spoken about knowing our limits, which is about knowing ourselves and become aware. And part of knowing your limits and being more self-aware is reflection, as in reflection, optimism, authenticity, and resilience. That's ROAR. That's why we're here. And awareness can be literally a threat to humanity. And we just spoke about internalized oppression, how to get through that and how to manage that. Next up is ancestral wisdom. It'll be here when posted. The full playlist will be there. There is a full list of episodes in this series in the description. Have a look. And let's get through this together. Remember, one planet, one tribe, one world, one love. Don't you want to live in that world? This is Roar Season 2. I'll see you there.